State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage. That one.
Andy.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now they've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching. You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
Rides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Here's the pressure. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's talk about Alabama. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22? Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to set up the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown time! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Leaves it with the back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Now on the move. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
From the gun, give on the inside.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run the option. Can't get him to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Catch in the middle, it's Glenn. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. We've played played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll run this play from the pistol. They'll send the tight end in motion. Trying play action. Unloads it left. Got his man. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy on offense?
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Quickly to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got his man. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Looks as if NC State has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Fires to the right. A strike downfield. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. He'll take it himself. Slithers into space. Got enough for the 1st down. He's loose down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He'll keep it himself. Runs through the tackle.
And it's so hard to contain this guy with all those options he has and the experience at the quarterback spot. But nice job by the defense limiting the damage. Didn't give up a huge gain.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Now the play fake. Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
It's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. Makes a man miss. Racing down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the left. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. NC State going up tempo. He'll do it himself. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take up the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
just going to keep it after the snap. They bring him down right at the 45. Not enough to move the sticks, but maybe close enough to go for it here on 4th. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. At the 35, he's got room. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback will keep it. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield very late in the half. Unleashes one deep. And that one's way too far for everybody.
How loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On the move. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter.
Good
That means
halftime.
it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense.
Oh, he's got some space. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed. And he showed some of it there.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
So now it's 2nd and long. A run for the quarterback.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half. And this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He rifles one deep down the right side. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Alabama moving quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Making side adjustments here. Sends it back in motion. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Let's go. On the option. Now the pitch. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
It's easy to say, run the option, run the option. Well, you've got to be able to see it quickly and make quick decisions. Nice job by the QB, getting the ball to his playmaker. He catches it. He can do the rest. Takes it to the house for 6.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The give to the back. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Soft spot in the middle. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They want to run this quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well for the quarter.
Snowed under. At the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing to score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll get rid of it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Looking to throw on 1st down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's got it at the 20. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. He dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. The give on the option. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Motion from the wideout. Slams it ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the 4th quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Gets the back moving. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Rolling right and going deep. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And that is no good. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Pulls and fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. NC State quick to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. NC State on the move, set up with another 1st down. Quarterback keeper. Turning it on. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Quick release on the RPO. Still on his feet at the 45. It's a seam wide open. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown time. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
Salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. He'll start this drive going to the air. Under fire. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. They'll leave it with him. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Time to take a shot. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the RPO, complete. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the route is on. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Damn, man, I clicked on the wrong guy. I was trying to get for the Texas, and I clicked on the safety and left the guy wider.
But still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Complete to start this drive. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll run play action. Starts to scramble to the left. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it down the left side. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here comes the hurry up. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Complete to the left. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field to catch the defense off guard.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Throws to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8.
Come on, can you hear me right now? Bro, imagine if that play mattered. That'd be such bullshit.
NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. Defense in press coverage. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And he goes
GG.
to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.